Alright, this is part 2 on a Bosch Gen 2 main motor bearing replacement with the proper tool to reinstall it. So what we have here is the cover that's already taken off and cleaned out. The idler gear has been removed and cleaned also. We're going to place this in the press. Here's the idler gear and the hub gear. Sprag clutch is still in there. Crank bearing is inside. The other side is ready to accept the bearing. So first what we're going to do is install the bearing, main motor bearing. It's very critical to make sure you put the black side out, which protects from moisture, dirt, and mud. The inside is less of a friction seal, so it's only good for inside the motor where there's no contamination. So when we put this on this tool, we put it on the side with the blue side down, black side out, as you're going to press it into the cover, and this side will be facing out. So now we put this inside the press. You have to fill that hole there. So what I found is this nice socket. Turn it over and the square press will meet on this properly. You want to make sure things are square as possible. This isn't a deep press or a big hole, so it shouldn't be too hard to square it up. Just kind of move it around, make sure it's centered, and then down. All right. We got that in there, remove the tool, and boom. No gaps. And you want to check this. I'll check this with a feeler gauge a little later. Just want to see if I can get anything in there. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, this is 10 thousandths. I doubt that. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there's still a gap. So I got to go down a little bit more. So you want to make sure you got that pressed in all the way. Let's put the tool back. Let's see if we can get a little more pressure on it. All right, now we are in. Let's see if we can get this in here. Oh, there's still a gap. I need to look into that a little bit more because it really does feel solid. So I'm actually going to take a break here, stop, double check everything, and then pick it up from there once I verify. Because again, this is the first time I've done this, so you're doing it with me, so I want to verify that that gap isn't what I think it is, and that bearing has just stopped, and I'll let you know. I'll be back. Thank you. Okay, now that I'm back, I did verify. If this is another cover that I'm also servicing, I'm going to be doing the sprag bearing and also the crank bearing and the main motor bearing on this one. I'll make a video of that. But there is a slight raised area, an indentation. You can see the little bit of black paint next to the silver. That's the little gap that the feeler gauge is going into. So this is pressed down. I did double check it while I wasn't on camera. So it is tight. Now, the next thing to come is to put the idler gear and press in the hub that drives the chain. So as I had mentioned before, I had everything lubricated up, so that way I wouldn't waste your time with lubing it up and cleaning it. Clean the excess grease off. Now you want to set that in there, again, as square as possible. Now, this bearing tool that you use to press in with this side, we're going to take this socket out, put the socket away, and we're going to use the other side of the bearing underneath it on the outside of this to support the inside ring of the bearing as we press this through the inside ring so we don't damage it. So again, we set this on the vise. Now you're going to need something in this spot here to allow the press to press on it. So I'm going to use these two washers here. I'm going to try this first. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use a steel plate. So I just want to make sure it's centered. I'm going to have to adjust this arm. So again, let's get this squared up. Start pressing. Not too much force. This is going very smoothly. All right. Maybe 15 pounds. 10, 15 pounds of pressure. That's all I've got on this right now. So don't overdo it. It went very smoothly. Whoops. Now that was bad. You shouldn't drop your tool. Pisses me off. I'll blame my age on that one. All right, still fits smoothly, so let's put that back here. So now let's take a look at what we got here. So we've got the idler, we got the new gear. It turns freely. And so now I took a little measurement with this tool to make sure that it was pressed down all the way. And as you can see, there's no gap. So this has been pressed all the way. So I think that's everything I've explained. You know, the next test will be bolting it on and riding it and seeing how long that bearing lasts to see if I messed anything up. But what I liked about this is I had put a seal in this cover, and this crank bearing did not rust out this time, only this outer bearing. And for 30 bucks, yeah, the tool cost me about $100 with the bearing, but the new cover like this to buy is about $238 today. So I think the bearing's a lot cheaper, and like I said, now I have two extra ones, and I don't think I'll be buying one, and the bike will probably be worn out by these time these are worn out. All right, hope you enjoyed it. Good luck. Hope you save some money. Take care. Bye-bye.